evening, everybody, and welcome back once again to X-Men, the animated series re-examined, a podcast on the internet made of audio where two full-grown men, put a lot of time into re-examining a children's animated show from the 1990s. My name is Dan Bain, and I'm joined, as always, with my co-presenter.
Yeah.
It's Javier Hakeem.
Hello, everyone. It's Javier Hakeem here. Happy to be back. Oh, God, I'm really enjoying this podcast. It's so good going back and watching these episodes. Most of the time.
Yes.
This one felt like a bit of a kind of palate cleanser. Like it just felt like, okay, we've had some little stories, and now we've got another. It's a two-parter. So we're doing part one in this episode. But classic X-Men season 1 styles, like multiple episodes to cover one story.
I also had strong season 1 flashbacks with this, and that may be also because of part of the subject material of it. It feels a bit like it's a continuation of a story that we've...
That's because it is, Dan. That's because it absolutely is. Yeah. To give you a synopsis of the episode, first off, it's called Time Fugitives, which I would watch that movie. I would pick that out of a list of movies of text. I don't even need to see the cover art. If there was a movie called Time Fugitives, I'm in. Mm-hmm. So this is if you like your timeline stories, this one's a good one for you. It carries on from when Bishop came back in season 1 to the present day to fix his future. Long story short, he goes back to his future and finds, oh no, it's not quite fixed. We fixed the first problem, we came back, there's a new problem. So Bishop's got to go back in time. But this is also concurrently messing with Cable's time, who is way further in the future than Bishop, and his time is under duress, under attack, under threat. So it's involving him as well, and present day. There's a lot going on. Especially for kids at breakfast time in Saturday morning, 1993.
To be honest, a lot of this was a bit much for me, an adult, over whiskey in 2025. So, hadn't seen this episode before.
Yeah. I'm thinking the showrunners wouldn't have been thinking about 40-year-old men drinking heavily before watching these episodes.
Yeah. Well, I thought it would help. But I'm not sure it did. I think I enjoyed this episode. I also don't think I 100% came out of it quite understanding what was happening. I think there were too many people travelling through time.
There's a lot of people travelling through time. You know how hard it is to track one person going back? Like one, like Terminator or John Connor. Now you've got two.
I enjoyed kind of coming back to this story, and I thought it's a great kind of visual anchor that they have of the Wolverine skeleton in a tube.
Yes.
Which, like, you remember from the first one, it's like, oh, it's this, because, I mean, that's such an evocative kind of image.
I mean, it's quite the talking point, isn't it? If you walked into someone's lounge and they had that... It really
dominates the room.
They had this, like, back-to-tank with adamantium skeleton hanging in there. Yeah. You're going to bring it up. Let's unpack things. So the episode starts off in the year 3999 AD. 3,999, which I loved it. I really hope that some writers were really petty and someone went, oh, you're setting this in the year 4000. I like 399 better. And they were like, fuck you, Carl.
Yeah. Like, no. It's very important. It's because you want it to have, it's got premillennial tension to the kind of...
Whatever, Carl. I know you came from marketing and you think that 99 sounds better than a full price.
Yeah.
Than a round number. Yeah. It's bullshit.
We all know you're a massive Prince fan.
Exactly. So, first off, like, if you were getting Terminator vibes, you absolutely should, because first off, in the recap, we've reminded that Wolverine called Bishop, hey, Terminator boy, or something, which is a reference to an R18 movie in a children's show. But yes, we see Cable, he's fighting these machinations which look like Terminators, like the futuristic endoskeleton ones.
Mum, can we have the T800? No, we have T800 at home.
That's exactly what it is. Like, when you got like one piece of Lego that was like the law accurate head, and then made your own body around it. That's these things.
Yeah.
This just robot guns with Terminator skull heads. Cable's fighting in the future. It looks really bad. The future looks like shit, guys. Who's the big villain? It's Apocalypse. Apocalypse. By the way, Apocalypse is still there. He's still got the same outfit that he did in present day. So he's been rocking the same outfit for about 2,000 years.
For some fashion never changes.
Exactly.
Timeless styling. That's what that is.
Yeah, for a man that can rearrange his molecules, he just was like, no, I found a look, I'm sticking with it. It's all about branding, guys. Branding.
Big purple lower lip and a giant A over my abs. That's
what the A stands for.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not for Apocalypse, it's for abs.
Yeah. My mutant power is my washboard stomach.
Yeah.
So suddenly, in the middle of this fight, like a giant storm whirlwind things up, and Apocalypse now names it all. Exposition names it for us. Just goes, a temporal storm. Cable asks his very handy computer. If you ever watched Quantum Leap, it is very much like Ziggy. The little computer that he'd always ask. Anyway, they find out that something has changed in the past, which is causing this future to come undone. And the computer tells them that time is fixing itself because of the thing that's happened in the past, and that this future will soon cease to exist. Which I don't know what that supercomputer, what else it does, but fuck me, that's quite the feature.
It's really got a broad skills capability there.
Yeah. Like 256 gigs of storage, 5G, and the ability to predict when the timeline is changing. Yeah, that'll cost you an extra 200 though.
Yeah, but it's worth it. Like, mean, if you're wanting to do work into time periods, like you actually just have to go for it.
Exactly. You know what?
It's kind of a feature.
Cancel your Prime membership and get this thing. This is going to be way more useful in the long run. So one thing I did notice in here is like there was a nice little cinematic shot of Cable running through the rubble, like a sideways panning shot that keeps up with him that you don't really see in the rest of the episodes. Just a nice little director going, "I'm having this." You can have the year 3999, but I'm having my sideways panning shot.
Let's do something cool. I think this whole future robot fighting is quite well done. The robots are the most ripped off design I think that we've seen so far. But I thought the kind of the envisaged future and there's a lot of action with no talking, and I find that often this show wants to pause action for people to say things. Usually to make kind of quips.
No quips in the future, mate. We don't tell.
No quips in the future. It's too.
All the comedians are dead in the future.
Yeah. All the people that pause to make comedy remarks, they're dead now.
Yeah, this reminds me of the time of dead.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this many robots since dead.
Yeah, just brains.
I mean, this future is so bleak and grey. I did actually say out loud when the supercomputer goes, if you don't do something about it, this future will cease to exist. And I went, oh no, and lose all this.
Yeah. Oh, my rubble.
Yeah.
all my rubble.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen this future for 40 seconds, and bro, you've lost.
Yeah.
I've seen this war, and the outcome is very, very clear. So we jump from Cable going, no, I've got to do something, being stuck in the future. We suddenly cut back to 2055, which is still in the future, but in the past from the scene we just saw. I can see how it gets confusing. This is where Bishop returns to his time, having saved the assassination attempt, which stops the previous disaster from before. He jumps back into his time. He sees Forge. We see the Wolverine skeleton there that we know, oh, here we go. We've seen this before. Forge is completely oblivious to what Bishop did because the timeline has now changed for them. One side note here, I was like, why is, when something's changed in the past, Cable's time getting all fucked up, but Bishop's time just altered itself? Or maybe it did that already, and he's just come back into... I don't know. The time travel, these are the sorts of things that always kind of mess with your head anytime they start using time travel as a plot device. Yeah,
at this point, I started going, is time travel actually a good idea for a storyline?
Yeah. Did you go, what's another good idea? A whiskey? I think need another whiskey to understand this better.
Yeah. Let's go deeper into this. Like I could skim along the surface of this, or I could really go in deep. And I'm going to need my medicine to go in.
Daddy needs his medicine.
I don't fundamentally disagree with time travel. Like, if time travel is the premise of the thing, like I think about things like, like Terminator is it's entirely predicated on time travel, or Looper, or 12 Monkeys, or whatever, those sort of things.
Yeah.
But I find anytime you kind of graft time travel onto an existing
time travel
thing,
story,
it's like, yeah, like just here's our story. Oh, by the way, what if we just chuck time travel into it? It really kind of just adds so many more problems.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, is what it offers
better than did the pros outweigh the cons?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, as a writer, you're like, this is so exciting, but now, like, look at all these trapdoors. Look at all this. I've just created a minefield for myself.
It's like in, I don't know how deep into Harry Potter you ever got, but
first book.
First book, yeah.
I read the first book.
Like in I think book 3 or something, Hermione, because she's such a big, giant, swatty A student, gets this machine that lets her, it's like a magical device that lets her go back in time an hour so she can do double classes. Right? So she does her class and then she goes back in time.
Gets a time machine and goes, I'm going to do more classes.
And goes back and does a different class so she can study multiple subjects. And then, but then that's the extent that the time thing is used for. It's never like, oh man, all these people just died. Maybe we'll go back in time and no, it just gets, and it's...
Sorry guys, I already used that for my report card. Check out these grades, so I think it was well worth it.
I've used it up, but I was able to take an extra subject.
Yeah.
So.
Including French. And
yeah.
I was going to say a French phrase, and I realised I don't know any French phrases. Yeah.
Damn it.
So we've got 2 time streams going on. So Bishop, when we're here, Bishop learns that he solved one problem, but the new problem is there's a plague that's going on. A plague that hits around the present day, and it's going to infect mutants, and it's going to kill them all off. It's really bad for everyone, and it's about to happen.
Yeah.
And Bishop goes, son of a bitch. I mean, I got real vibes of like, I just cleaned this up 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I got to go back now?
Yeah.
So he jumps back in the time stream to go stop this plague. And we go back to present day, and we finally find the X-Men. What's going on in the X-Men? Yeah?
The moment is he in that moment of going, oh God, it was only 5 minutes for me. I've got to go back. He goes, I guess I'll have to go back and tell the X-Men.
Yeah.
And it's Forge, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, the X-Men?
What
are the X-Men?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, oh no, I've erased the X-Men from history.
That's the moment when he goes, take me back. Like, he's hearing about this whole plague. He's just like, oh, geez, that sounds like a real bummer. But, like, are we okay now?
Yeah.
And then when he finds out, no X-Men. No, I'm going back right now.
Yeah, I got to go back.
One thing I like, he goes back to present day, and I love this because we suddenly cue the harmonica soundtrack from Bishop's original episodes. Like, oh, here we go again. He gets a newspaper, as you do. I think the number one rule when you time travel is to find the nearest newspaper so you know what date it is. He steals it because he tries to play with future money, and the guy yells after him, "You owe me $3." And I was like, fuck me, that's an expensive newspaper.
It is an expensive newspaper,
$3
especially
US
for
dollars.
mid-90s.
Yeah, exactly. 1993, $3 US. He realizes he finds he's in the present. We cut to Jubilee at the mall, who's taking her CD player to get fixed again because she broke it, and it's a CD player, so you can know it's the 90s.
I was real excited to see a CD player. I was like, oh, Jubilee, does your CD player have like the anti-shock technology?
Yeah.
You've got to have the anti-shock.
Yeah,
Got to have the
absolutely.
anti-shock. Otherwise, it's just going to skip every time you move.
Yeah, exactly. I always prefer to Walkman to a Discman, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
By the way, record scratch, dear viewer, it did not look like a CD player. It was far too small. The animators were really phoning it in. Clearly, they did it just before lunch. By the way,
that CD player looked like it would fit in her pocket.
Exactly.
And-
No way. No way. By the way, they say that, so Storm's with her and she's like handing it over reluctantly, like, oh, I broke it again because I can't control my powers. And Storm's like, you in time you shall come to control your powers. I'm like, she's been at the school for a season and a half, which I'm sure is longer in actual, program time. When are you going to learn to control your powers, Jubilee? This is why you're not on the main team. Are you really putting in an effort?
Is it like she can mostly control them, but also sometimes she has the mutant equivalent of a wet dream?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like,
Oh,
God.
jeez. Like you wake up and your bed sheets are on fire.
Yeah.
And you're like, CD player, no.
Oh, no.
So as she's getting it fixed, the Friends of Humanity, those creepy fuckers, they're hanging around again.
Yes.
We find that they infect the person that she's interacting with at the store with this plague. So the plague, they've already got it. They've got it in, a dispersible aerosol canister or something. Long story short, they frame Jubilee to make it look like she gave the store clerk the virus. Cue Angry Mob, cue Friends of Humanity fanning the flames, cue Storm coming in and using her weather powers to get out of the mall. I like that she grabs Jubilee, creates like a weather distraction, and then goes, we've got to get out of here before we scare anyone else. The best way out is to blast a hole in the ceiling.
Yeah. Straight through the skylight. Let's go. Smash.
Now, where's our car?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, what bay did we park in?
Back at the mansion, Beast is starting to investigate things, and what I liked is he uses the business card of the clerk, where Jubilee had taken her CD player to get fixed. For a second, I was like, when did she get the business card of this guy that just got infected and keeled over? But I remembered, hey, it's her second visit. He probably was like, hey, keep my card for next time because you look irresponsible. You'll be back.
You'll be back.
Yeah.
You look like a CD player smasher.
That's right. So we find out you look like one of those that has those mutant wet dreams. Beast goes to a hospital and checks this guy's file and sees the virus, and he realizes that it will mutate if it comes in contact with mutants. We find out that the Friends of Humanity, their whole plan is to infect people with the plague and blame it on mutants. All right? Now, I was thinking about this. Even if their plan works, you've still released a plague that is highly contagious. It's an airborne plague. Yay, we got rid of the mutants. Oh, we're all infected. Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Did not think this one through.
It doesn't seem to have a lot of long-term planning because it's not like a mutant exclusive kind of disease, right? If it's a cross species kind of thing, it's like, well, you've kind of shit your own bed here, haven't you?
Exactly. We cut to like hysteria. The Friends of Humanity's plan is working across the city. Friends of Humanity are going around blaming the plague on mutants. They find some mutants in a building. They shut them in there to quarantine. And one of the mutants is the same old nerdy mutant from a couple of episodes ago.
The 60s kind of looking furry face guy with the beanie.
Yeah, and huge, big, thick glasses, like 60s NASA glasses. And he's like, oh, no. He just absolutely... I don't think we've heard him talk about it much, but it's like a little whiny voice.
This guy exists purely to be discriminated against.
Yeah.
Like, that's always the context we see him in.
Yeah.
He's always being, like, roughed up by some bigots.
Exactly. Like, if the X-Men ever came to him and said, like, this is what we do, you could come to our school, he'd be like, you fucking beautiful mutants. You've got no idea.
You're all, like, human passing or, like, attractive.
Yeah. Do you know what my mutant power is? Shaving is useless to me. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah.
What do you got? Claws? You
My
read
facial
minds?
hair grows real fast.
That's it, guys. That's it.
My mutant power is being short-sighted.
Exactly. I just really thought of that. No other mutant is affected by their eyesight. Oh no, Beast sometimes wears glasses, but I think that's more that he's to show he's an intellectual rather than how could you have all these heightened Beast animal powers and then be like, oh, his eyesight's a bit shit.
Somewhat one of these bigots, I love how one of them shouts, "Send them back to where they came from," which is like the such a sharp, I think, skewering of the bigot mindset, right?
Yeah.
Which is like, what do you mean send them back where they came from? Like,
Dude, he's from Queens.
This isn't a foreigner thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
but like that's the default go-to. I quite like that. I thought it was savage.
They're after our jobs too.
Yeah, I bet they are.
Yeah.
I bet they are.
Bastards. So a mob starts forming. Bishop turns up and he tries. Dude, maybe he's, to quote Patton Oswalt, woozy from the time tunnel. But he decides the best course of action is just to stand in front of the mob, going like, "Mutants haven't caused this." And then someone, like one of the Friends of Humanity, shoots him with an energy laser that I think just tickles. And Bishop just goes, "Don't make me hurt you," and then decides to blow up the street. With his mutant power.
Yeah.
I'm like, way to quell the crowd, man. Way to show them that you're not here to hurt them.
Yeah, he just tears up the pavement.
Yeah. I just wrote in my notebook, Bishop overreacts incredibly.
And then Storm makes them run away by making it rain.
Yes, the X-Men turn up to deal with this.
She goes, "I'll quench their thirst for violence."
Classic Storm.
Classic Storm. But it just kind of rains. It's not like it's pelting
monsoon
rain or monsoon, or like it has we saw it before where she obscures with mist. We've seen her do lightning strikes or whatever. It just starts raining and they're like, "Oh, I don't have an umbrella."
Do you feel like a Storm just sometimes wants to she doesn't want to skip leg day and she's like, "Oh, I mean, I could just go to lightning again. I could just go to hail again." But you know what? I haven't got rain a good shout lately.
Yeah.
I'm going to flex some rain here today. Turns out all you need to do quell a racist mob is to bit of rain, bit of bad weather.
Yeah. People hate protesting in the rain, so...
Oh, who wants to do that? We're going to be here for ages, and I don't want to do it in wet clothes.
Yeah,
so
clammy.
The X-Men come and deal with it. They come and deal with it, and they see Bishop starting a bit of a ruckus, and Cyclops goes, "We're going to sort this out before anyone gets hurt." And Wolverine goes, "Yeah, I got it." And then he scales down the building with his claws, causing huge amounts of damage, and then tackles Bishop. It's like, dude, that's, again, not the most subtle way to calm things down.
Yeah, I mean, Wolverine is the classic. If you are a hammer, every problem is a nail, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Let me handshake you with a tackle.
Yeah. Let's sort this out. I know the best way to sort this out. Claws. I reckon claws are going to solve this problem. New problem? What's going to solve it? Claws. I'll do it with claws.
Oh, rain-soaked claws. Yes.
Yeah.
That's my range.
Good. Yeah. Snicked, etc.
Yeah. So the X-Men gather up Bishop. They're like, "What the hell are you doing here? We better get back to the mansion and sort this all out." While the hairy mutant is like, everyone knows where we live now. We're still fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cut to the Friends of Humanity headquarters and we find their secret underground lab where they've been engineering the plague. Their dear reader, we find their lab. Creed, their leader, is talking to the scientist guy who's been engineering the plague. And we find that as Creed walks away, lab dude, scientist, has got glowy eyes, which means he's evil. He's got the glowy eyes. We don't know who he is yet, but we know he's definitely evil.
He's definitely evil. So then it jumps to there's a congressional hearing or something.
The Senate committee hearing.
Oh, yeah,
Hey, boys and girls, sit down. Come, quick. Hey, Sam, it's back on. You're going to miss the Senate congressional hearing.
Quickly, it's time for democracy in action. Let's watch this committee process the next item on the agenda.
New from Mattel, the worst playset you've ever had.
I know, right? So, I love how like Beast is the like always the kind of representative of kind of mutant intelligentsia, the the intellect, the moderate, the person that always gets sent out for
absolutely
these
be sending him out, man.
yeah, but he turns up to this just in the undies. Like
Beast, you're going to be speaking at the Senate committee hearing.
yeah.
I know you've got a tuxedo because you worked at Jean's wedding.
We've seen you in a tux, man.
We know you
Like,
can wear trousers, bro. How about a shirt and some
We've
goddamn
seen you in a
pants?
button down. Like, come on, Beast. The Senate of the United States government.
No, dear friends, I think I shall go freely. A free man is a free mute.
Was it in Richard III where Shakespeare said, "Thus do I clothe my naked villainy? Therefore, let me not clothe myself, for I am nay villain."
Beast, you're getting hard off your own intellect, and I can tell because you're only wearing undies.
Please calm down.
What? Calm down. I bought other apparel. Behold, my spectacles.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
One little Easter. I didn't even think about that. He does just turn up in his undies.
Yeah, because we often take him for default. Like we're just like, amazing, it's Beast.
Yeah,
but like, I mean, the undies is because like he's kind of super. It enables kind of nimbleness. He's got such a wide range of movement. I imagine if like he was doing his
is that what he told everyone?
Around in a shirt, he's gonna kind of hulk out of it.
Oh, yes. My friends, I need to be free. I need to be free to move.
Yeah,
behold,
like it makes sense that his kind of strike team outfit kind of is just a strongman undies.
Yeah.
But,
really worked out for him in the first episode. Bro, you want some body armor? No, I'm good.
Nope, I'm good.
Too restrictive.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that he forgot that the hearing that was that day. Like, they knocked on his door like, Beast, you ready? We're leaving in 5. Oh, shit. Is that today?
Oh, no, I haven't ironed my shirt. I don't need it.
I'm good to go. Little Easter egg, because this hearing is being beamed around the world, being watched by a lot of people. It cuts to us, some people watching where you see War Machine and Nick Fury watching it, who are the heads of S.H.I.E.L.D. Very big characters in the Marvel Comics and the MCU. Of course, this is the 90s version of Nick Fury, who is white and not Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. But still has an eye patch.
Yeah.
Still has an eye patch? Yeah.
Yeah, still got the iconic eye patch, absolutely. With this quality of animation, you wouldn't have known otherwise. They were like, slap an eye patch on that, don't worry too much about anything else.
Yes. Yeah. That's the indicator.
Beast gets up to speak in his undies, and Creed goes, now this is the time. He goes up there with a little aerosol can about to infect Beast and, try to do it in front of everyone. Bishop sees this, tackles Creed, causes another ruckus. The X-Men pull him away. And Creed actually manages to infect himself. This plague is very quick acting. The little techno kind of... It looks kind of like a little green kind of techno bits on the skin. Like little circuity kind of...
It gives you like a circuit board kind of...
technovirus, if you will.
Yeah.
Creed gets infected in front of the cameras and blames it all on mutants. X-Men disperse, and they decide to track Creed as he goes back to the Friends of Humanity headquarters because they know they're going to treat him. And there, Jean does a little psychic sweep of the property first and does a classic Jean. Every time she uses her powers, she has to and collapse into someone's arms. Because she notices...
She either always overexerts herself or it touches something that's too hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, why did I do that?
Toasty.
And, yeah. In this one, she touches Apocalypse, which is too hot.
Spoiler alert, the creepy lab guy with the glowing eyes is Apocalypse.
I know.
He got us all again. I wonder how long he'd been undercover. Like, gotta go get a degree. And then I've got to, ingratiate myself to the Friends of Humanity. I'm guessing they don't just let anyone walk in and start a secret lab under their headquarters.
Yeah, this is a real step down for Apocalypse, I think. Last we saw him, he was leading a team of kind of highly overpowered people kind of destroying France.
And not to mention destroying the future as well with his Terminator ripoff robot soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the like what he's done since
up to this point in the chronology. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like almost destroy Paris.
Yeah.
And now from that he's had to go like, I guess I have to pretend to be a scientist for the next however long.
I hope I get through this first round of interviews.
Like, he's had to make friends with these people.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of accident, like, run into,
Yeah, he's had to
you're
force...
into science as well.
He's had to force a meet cute.
Too? Yeah.
I say, these mutants, what? I can't stand them.
Oh, you know what I hate?
Oh. You know what I would do? Create a virus that looks very technological. That's what I'd do. So he blows his cover. It's Apocalypse. What I like is the X-Men get out of there, and Apocalypse just grows his body, which is one of the multitude of powers he has, and just explodes the mansion or the headquarters of the Friends of Humanity with unknown casualties.
Yeah.
Who knows how many Friends of Humanity perished in that house explosion? I mean, not that I care about those pricks, but I like to think they were just lazing around going, hey, just going to, I'm a little bigotried out. Just going to watch a movie, kick back, a little hot cocoa tonight.
Yeah, they're all back. They're like, I'm cold. I need a hot shower and a blankie after getting rained on.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Right. It looks for a freeze frame. It looks for a second that Apocalypse eviscerate or just... what's the word I'm looking for? Just like evaporates the X-Men with like some heat rays from his hands. It looks like that, but it does a clever edit flash where it leaves it ambiguous and cuts back to Cable, who's watching this all in his, in his super future, watching this all on the computer. And then we find out that the computer, another feature is telling him, he's like, what's going on? And he goes, well, with the X-Men stopping the plague, that's actually bad for everyone because when the plague went out, mutants created antibodies which stabilized the mutant gene for years to come. And without the antibodies created by this plague leaving, the mutant population is doomed to die. Long story short, you got to destroy one timeline to save another.
I did enjoy the final reveal of this, that the plague is necessary to the ongoing...
It's a necessary evil.
I know.
Yeah.
That seems like that's a real Sophie's choice there, isn't it?
Damn right it is. Which timeline's my favorite?
I know. Yeah. I mean...
Yeah. So that concludes, and then we get the to be continued, and I actually quite liked this as a big... It's a good cliffhanger to go, shit, which, clear stakes. There's no easy answer.
Yeah.
How are the X-Men going to get out of this one? What's going to happen?
Yes.
What do you think of this episode, Dan, on the whole?
I didn't love it, but I kind of liked where it was going.
Yeah.
A lot of kind of establishing things and kind of pulling us back into this, starting this kind of new storyline. It felt very functional to me, I think. A couple of moments I really did like. There was the moment when they storm the kind of the complex. There's a it's been a while since we've seen kind of full team combat assault.
Yeah, that was good actually. We got to talk about that. That was nice. Gambit got to do something in this episode there.
Yeah, the whole it's been a while since we've seen like the whole team kind of going, and they start playing the theme.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh yeah, great, oh yeah, good. Like here they
signature
all go.
moves all around. Here we go.
Yeah. Everyone get in there.
I like Cyclops digging down. How are we going to get down to the lower levels? Cyclops, leave it to me.
Yeah,
I've done this before.
Yeah, he crunch and then and that's always a really a kind of evocative image, right? Is that the glow of the visor emerging from black,
from dark.
is cool.
Never get sick of that. I'll watch that all day, mate. Love it.
That's good stuff.
With other episodes where they've been like one episode, one and done, and they have had to like cram things in, they feel more fast paced. This one, I don't think you could have. I don't know what's coming next, but whatever is coming next, I don't think they could have crammed all that into one episode.
No, not without it just being insane.
I do get the feeling it's going to be one of those pacing things where the first episode feels like really a bit slow and like everything's being established, and in the second one, there's going to be a bit of like we fixed it. I get that feeling. I can't remember how this one ends, but I get that feeling.
Happy to kind of go on the ride with this one, as opposed to some of them where I've gone like, oh man, I could just deal without this.
Speaking of, do you know what my favorite thing about this episode was? No Savage Land. No Savage Land. Yeah. No Magneto and Charles walking around, reminiscing, chewing the shit, running into dinosaurs and go-go dancers. None of that. They just went, should we just not do that this week? And everyone went, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think there's a good chance they won't do it next week either.
I fucking hope so.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be quite exciting. So here's my big question for the episode.
I love big questions.
So we've touched a little bit about the not particularly subtle metaphor of mutant powers being analogous with the queer experience, growing up closeted. Oh, what is happening to me? Why am I like this? Oh no, people will kind of reject me. So my question about this episode is: this an analogy for the AIDS pandemic?
Oh, I see.
Kind of the panic and the hysteria.
Yeah. Look at this horrible virus that seems to be coming from this minority that's been persecuted. Oh no, they're going to kill us all.
Oh, it's not just limited to them. Oh, we can get it too. Oh, well, like, obviously
I got it, but I'm not a mutant. I'm not a mutant.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah, good shout. Great shout. It's absolutely that.
Yeah, I mean, it's and is this a canon story arc, or is this something that they've kind of invented for
There is a very famous virus in the comics called the Legacy virus. I can't remember its origins, but it does kill mutants. And in the comics, Colossus sacrifices himself to find the cure. Like they need his body or something. I can't remember much about the storyline, but it sounds like they would have taken inspiration from that storyline, if not directly taken from and directly copied. Because I don't think I never read the entire storyline of the Legacy virus. All I know is it was a virus that I think started with humans, became deadly to mutants, and Colossus ends up sacrificing himself to save everyone. But I'd not once ever thought about it's an allegory for the AIDS virus.
Yeah, well, because I think this seems more analogous, right? Like in that it's kind of something that gets blamed on this kind of minority community, but also it's not just limited to that community; it spreads wider than that, and but also kind of wild that it's just airborne.
It's like, it's just out there, guys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the people at Fox Animation were like, we're not going to convey it how AIDS is conventionally transmitted, okay, guys?
Yeah. This is going to be okay. Yep, we'll do. Okay, yep. This is progressive. It's a progressive show. I'm excited.
Thank you.
It's big ideas. We are not doing blood and semen-borne diseases. Absolutely not.
You haven't even looked at the storyboards.
Yeah.
Check these out.
We've mocked it up. It's very tasteful.
Oh, my stars and garters. We will see what happens to the X-Men, what will happen to the timelines, who's getting saved, who's getting screwed, is someone going to get put out of time? I think we're going to end up with characters out of time.
Yeah. At this point, I have faith in this, and I don't want that to be misplaced.
You sound like a parent that's like watching their child out near an edge, and they're like, no,
Yeah.
I'm trusting, they're fine.
They're fine. They're fine. They know all about edges and that sort of thing. And I'm hoping that there's enough kind of established canon and kind of nuance to kind of close the time loop. I think
Shut that lid hard.
Yeah. And just like cool. That was a cool little fun excursion into future possibilities. But this
no more
one's
wacky
wrapped
time
up
travel
now.
for us. I would like that.
Wrapped up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be great. We'll see what happens.
We will see what happens. We'll see what happens on next week, and we'll chat about it in next episode. In the meantime, of course, podcasts live on the internet. That's how you get them. We also live on the internet. Do we? Yes. At least in some ways where you can see things that the pair of us do. Links to some of those are in the show notes. Do click them, but of course the best thing you can ever do for any podcast ever is share it with a friend who shares the interests with you. So we'd love for that to be the case. But in the meantime, I feel like I said that like I had something else to add, but I didn't. I will see you next week. Another resoundingly successful sign-off.
Absolutely. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll catch you later. Bye.
See ya.
Are podcasts too interesting? Especially if you use them to fall asleep. I'm Dan Bain, and all 4 seasons of my podcast, Sleepy Time Mumbles, are interesting enough to listen to, but not interesting enough to keep you awake. Sleepy Time Mumbles, a podcast you can miss, wherever you get your podcasts.